Dzień dobry, everyone. I am Markus Schulz, and this is DJ1 TV.
Hello, Markus. Hi. I know it's not your first time in Poland. We could listen to your music 2 months ago at the Transformation Festival in Wrocław. What do you think about this event?
Wow. Well, first of all, I was so happy to be back in Poland because it's been many years since I've been here. There haven't been that many parties here in Poland over the last few years, so that was an absolute special show for me just because to be back here in Poland, and I saw so many familiar faces. And when we were planning this party tonight, I was really excited because I knew that having such a big event like we had a couple of months ago, and then this a little bit more intimate, but still just as special, where all the hardcore fans and all the real familiar faces will be there. I'm so happy and excited to be back here in Poland.
Exactly 6 years ago, on the 24th of April 2010, we could listen to your performance at the State of Trance Festival in Wrocław as well. Do you think that we've got a chance to get it back to Poland?
I sure hope so. I think that's what we're all hoping and trying to build towards. We talked about it. It's like it's a bit of an investment on our side. To come back to Poland and play some of the smaller venues and just make a leap of faith. But I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer because I know how much passion there is here in Poland. I know the people are just so hungry for it. But for a lot of the new people coming into the scene that have the whole scene has kind of has a new generation over the last couple of years, and a lot of them. This new generation doesn't understand or realize how important Poland is to the world scene. So I think it's it's a good thing to kind of come here and reignite the fire here, and also to show the rest of the world once again why we all thought Poland was one of these special places in the world all of these years.
I'm glad you think thoughtful about Poland so much. Speaking about world, you've just came back from Ultra Music Festival in Miami. How was it?
Well, Ultra is fantastic. I mean, that's I live in Miami, so for me to be at Ultra, it's always it's special because it's like a home show. I get to see front row is all of my friends.
Can you see it from your house?
No, I can't see it from my house, but I definitely feel the traffic and see the traffic from my house. So no, but it's always special in Miami. We always say that Miami Music Week, Ultra Music Festival, that's like the unofficial beginning of the season of the year. It's like it starts then, and then it ramps right up into the summer festival season, Ibiza season, and then. And then we kind of wind down around New Year's Eve, and then we just kind of, most DJs take it easy until March, and then March once again it ramps back up again. So January, February, and then Ultra comes. For me, it's like, okay, now we're in it. Now it's like full blast.
It is indeed. So what do you think about that Mouse set? It's always very crazy and
yeah, he's always trying. I mean, it's funny because personally, I thought there was some cool tracks in his set. Like, I've been playing that DJ Boris track in my rabbit hole sets and everything. So, for me personally, that was very cool. But on the other hand, I also understand the frustration. Us as a trance community, we had one stage on one day, and that was the Sunday, and it's like. It needs to be held more sacred. It's like that is our stage for the day, and it should be trance all day long. And listen, I play a lot of more melodic techno in my rabbit hole sets, but it would be me like being invited to like a Carl Cox stage or something, and then going there and just playing all trance. It's like, yeah, the trance people would be very happy, but at the same time, it's not fair to all of the hardcore techno fans who came and wanted to hear me play like a really cool melodic techno set. And I think a lot of fans expected to hear a nostalgic Dead Mouse set with all of his big, like always. But I don't know. I mean, he's always been controversial, and that's his thing. And he's and like I said, for what it was, it was a cool set. So I applaud him for that. But on the other hand, I do understand the frustration from the trans fans. It's our stage, and it belongs to us on that day. So at least represent us as a trans community.
Exactly, well said. I also would like to mention something about transmission because you are very close. You are a headliner every year. So, what makes it special for you, transmission, as an event, with
Well,
comparison to different similar events?
Well, transmission is very special to me, first of all, because I was there at the very beginning. And anytime you can be somewhere at the very beginning and watch it grow, you kind of get personally attached to it because you put in the sweat and you put in the work to make it what it is. So that is very special to me for that. But I think beyond that, what's really special about it is it's not like any of these other festivals or other events. It's one stage and amazing production, and you have a captive audience. You know that the show is produced amazingly. All of the lasers, all of the visuals with Vision Impossible, the work that they put into it. It's a special show, and just to have one stage and not have to worry about distractions from other stages is. I think that's what makes it so unique. I mean, I always say, I really think it is the most spectacular trance event in the world. I mean, when you go to transmission, when you leave there, you walk out of there going, "Wow!" It's just
I've been.
so it's just spectacular, and I'm
It
very
is,
proud to
yes.
be part of it.
Yes, I experienced that, so it's absolutely true. Um, we have to mention about the premiere of the new album, which is coming out on the 29th of April. Yes, it's so close. How long have you worked on this album, and what artists have you invited to help you to produce it? Because that's something which is different about it.
Yeah, I've been working on it for 2 years, and what's really special about it is, I was doing some soul searching. I wasn't bored, but I was just like, okay, I've made a lot of music, but what else is there? I love trance, and I don't want to make any other style of music. I want to make trance, but what else? How can I challenge myself? And when I was young, I used to do a lot of creative writing, and when I started producing, DJing, I kind of gave that up. But this album kind of represents me going back to the creative writing part of it, me sitting down with the other songwriters, with the singers, and not just coming up with the melodies, but actually coming up with the words and the lyrics and the stories. So for me, that's what's so special about this album. I made a conscious effort to make sure to write stories and words that relate to us as a trans community, and to be able to collaborate with like Ethan Thompson, who he's the singer from my next single.
Great single.
I
by the
mean,
way.
when I was working with him in the studio, I just got goosebumps because I was like,
Love You Like You Never Did.
yeah, I couldn't wait for you guys to hear that, And working with like Mia, she was absolutely fantastic. DeLacy, wow, I mean, we had such magic in the studio. Of course, Adina was there as well, and a big part of the whole, kind of encouraging me and writing with me, and it was like the whole 2 years. We would do these studio sessions in Los Angeles. We also did some in Amsterdam and in Miami as well, and it was just wow. We just had so many memorable moments. It's like I can honestly, if you asked, tell me a story about this song, I could tell you like some of the stories behind it that you do nothing but smile and think about it. And I think that's what's really special about this album. There's just so many stories that are behind the scenes of it, and I hope that the fans as well have many stories that they will remember these songs by.
Great. So speaking about songs and tracks, do you have your favorite track? Is something which you always come back to when you always play it in a club? So you always play it on every single event.
Well, yeah, maybe not every single event, but obviously "Perception" is one of the songs that got me completely hooked on trance. So I think for me to work with Justine Suissa on and do "Perception." That's always a special song that I always try and go back to, in especially in my live my long sets. So, and you know, I got to tell you, I think Destiny is one of those tracks as well that just kind of, you know, when I think about how we came up with that song, and because it's based on a you know personal experiences, and you know when I just see people with their eyes closed singing that song, you know, I think I'm going to be playing that song probably for the next 10 years in all of my sets somehow. You know, it's just that special of a song.
Okay. Let's leave events for a moment and go back to club. I know that you've got something special coming out, which is open to close.
Yeah.
Could you introduce us to it? I know already what it is, but
Yeah, my open to close. See, when I first started, I'm not like a lot of other people who. There's a lot of people who have made a hit record and then they have to learn how to DJ to go and tour. I didn't start off that way. I started off as a DJ and then I taught myself how to produce. I taught myself, you know, how to make what it was that I felt that the crowd wanted. So for me to be a DJ first, you know, I was a resident DJ where I would play 8 hours a night, 2 nights in a row, sometimes longer, you know, depending on the occasion. And my open to close solo sets kind of take me back to that. Back to the days of a resident DJ where you know you were the first one in the club. You turned on the sound system. You know, you went and got your drinks all sorted for the night, and then you played until the last person left, and then you shut down the sound system. So the open and close solo sets are kind of that's what I do. You know, at all over the world now. It's funny how you know, it's funny how the more popular you get, the shorter your sets get because you're playing at festivals and stuff. But then, you know, at some point, I just made a conscious effort to find the right clubs where the vibe is right, and do open to close where it's just me and all night long, just going for it.
yeah, the crowd and the sound.
Yeah.
So the next one is on the 21st of May in Prague, isn't it?
Yeah, Prague, Sazazu. You know, I played there many times, and it's another very special venue. You know, my open to close solo sets kind of take on a whole journey. You know, I'll do an opening set, kind of build it up. Then, of course, there's the main part of the set where I'm going to have some singers. I'm going to bring some singers from the album with me to Prague. And then there's the chaos and the rabbit hole and the classics. And so, you know, Sazazu is going to be, it's a great venue to kind of host such an event. And Prague, of course, I have a special connection with the city of Prague. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Very good luck to you. It will be tiring a little bit, but I can see the passion, so it should be easy for you.
It'll be easy for everybody. I mean, we're just going to get so lost in the whole vibe of everything that, you know, at the end of it, we're just going to, I hope that everybody just shakes their head and says, wow, what an experience, you know?
Yeah. Right, so now we've got a completely different question. Have you heard about Real Trans Family?
Real Trans Family. I've heard
Yeah.
Trans Family.
Yeah. They call it from, you know, YouTube.
Yeah.
When you type in, you use the Real Trans Family. So Trans Family, yes. So Armin van Buuren was there as well. Are you the next one?
Can be. I can be. I mean, I'm always very supportive of everything, anything that the you know as a community that the fans put together, and you know I make it no secret that I think that the trans fans are the most loyal and the most passionate fans in the world. And you know, it's funny. Everybody, you know, over the years has you know dabbled and experimented with some different types of sounds. But all of those experiments, all those experiences doing stuff like that, you know, everybody quickly realized how dull and boring and kind of one-dimensional a lot of these other genres are. And trance is just the one thing where you know you go back to it because it's like it's real art. You know, it's just beautiful art. The melodies, everything is fantastic, and you know, I'm just so glad to see that not only other you know producers going back to kind of redefining what was so special, what is so special about trance, but also the fans. The fans just so passionate and you know, kind of as a community, so supportive and doing things together again.
So would you accept the invitation from the Trans Family for a journey?
Of course, of course.
Okay, so tonight is a big day, big night for your fans. First time in Polish club live. Have you
This is
prepared?
true. This is very true. This is my first time in a club in Poland. I mean, we've always played at arenas and festivals, outdoor festivals, but this is the first time in a club here. So yeah, I mean, have I prepared anything? Well, I just played Ministry of Sound, open and close solo set last weekend, so I think I'm plenty prepared to throw down a proper club set here in Poland. So yeah.
Okay, good luck tonight. Have fun.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Well, thank you guys. Dzień dobry.